What's going on, lads? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. This is my attempt at a Halloween costume. You know, I've done the lights in the background as Halloween themed as possible. So, I mean, woo! Lads, Darko are back. I don't know how serious you are going to be able to take me with this going on right now, but look, just imagine it's not Drew and it's just a lovely young Irish lady. This is getting weird. Okay, right. Bloodhost by Darko. New single. They only released a 19-song album in Starfire on the 5th of June, and they're back already. So, I mean, the lads are grafting. In my personal opinion, a little bit too much content in 1 year, especially with how chaotic Darko's sound is. But it kind of has me a little bit curious to see what style they're going to go with only a couple months later, and they're presumably starting a new album cycle completely. I don't know. This is a video that comes at 6 p.m. tonight. I'm not going to be waiting around to check out the video, so we're doing the music only. It's 10 a.m. right now, so yeah, I'm dressed as a fucking woman in my apartment by myself at 10 a.m. on a fucking Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. But anyway, lads, let's go. That is me after 14 Guinness.
This is the final form. Death Mask.
Death Mask lore intensifies. Feels a lot more like traditionally deathcore than their normal stuff. Definitely more traditional deathcore so far. Oh, this is some horror movie shit. I'm actually glazing, oh, staring, glaring. That was glaring into the eyes of this fucking mask. The chainsaw. Fucking hell. I mean, not that Darko needed any inspiration to, like, or creative flair with Halloween to, like, go full blast with the horror theme, but, like, they're really using Halloween as an excuse to, like, just go full blast. Chainsaws. Ashtone with this fucking wacky sound design. I'm guessing it's Ashtone. It usually is with Darko releases. Okay, that was very Starfire. This is very Starfire here. Okay. There might be some, like, lore tied into the musical aspects with Death Mask. It's been a while since I've listened to Death Mask, so I can't really remember the, like, musical themes that run throughout. was waiting for something like this in this song. I was waiting for that moment. And then this calming, soothing moment. Typical Darko, going from one absolute extreme to another. I mean, I'm guessing the music video might actually, in this case, provide more context, which is quite rare, I think. Where I actually feel like I need the music video to understand the song a little bit more, but in this case, because it's Halloween themed, it's literally being released on the 31st of October, I'd imagine it's going to be quite violent, but also maybe wrap up the death mask lore. But interesting to say the least. Okay, I've abandoned the wig, as you can see beside me here. That is not like a fucking dead animal, because there was hairs in my mouth when I was trying to do my explanation piece and my like pros and cons and my thoughts on the song. But we're here now, you know, back to normal receding hairline Drew. We're back. So I mean, there's so much we can talk about with Darko, as always. I mean, especially when the track is 5 minutes long, it's just an insane amount of content. But let's talk about the production as a first point. Ashtone audio, I'm assuming. I actually can't see the credits anywhere, and there's nothing on Instagram that suggests, but I know from listening to Starfire a couple times that that's Ashtone's production. If I'm wrong, I'll eat this wig on my next video if I'm wrong, but I'm 99% certain that that's Ashtone again. So that really, like, just that collaboration just seems to be getting more and more tight. Ashtone and the two boys, it just seems to really fucking work. They do really fun things. It's just really, really modern and fun, and outrageous is probably the best word to describe it. I'm still thinking of the Moan call out at the start of the last album. That was still great. So there's obviously a lot of kind of, I want to say like the kind of like Bring Me the Horizon-esque next gen style production with the like female robotic announcer that like calls out certain sections of a song. I think that's so fucking fun. It just adds a whole new dynamic when it's not like just Tom on vocals all the time. So it just makes things more unpredictable as well. Again, however, despite all of the modern production, the intro to this track actually felt like a lot more of a standard, like traditional deathcore track in a lot of the instrumentals. It kind of reminded me of Infant Annihilator in certain moments in the intro, but also it mixed in the like use of the whammy pedal, reminded me of Stranded by Gojira, that like kind of cat screech sound. Again, so much to unpack. Like I'm trying to even just process the whole song again, but there was a lot going on in the first verse. Now obviously it didn't take too long for them to get into like their own experimental deathcore bag again, because obviously it sounded a little bit more traditionally deathcore and a little bit off the beaten track for what Darko are used to, which is ironic because Darko going off the beaten track is actually them doing something quite generic in deathcore, which is hilarious to even say. I can never fault Darko for being generic or predictable. You can tell, this is what I really love about Darko. You can tell that there's literally like, this is just the music that Tom Barber, Ashtone and Baby J want to make. Like there's no outside inputs that I know of. Like, I mean, it sounds that way anyway, that there's no labels like dipping their finger in and saying, okay, well this needs to be done this way. This is like ideal world for most musicians, I would imagine, where it's like, you know, we just want to make the exact music that we want to do, no label input, no outside input, and the fans gravitate towards it. That's what makes Darko so fun. So I mean, that's really, you can really hear that in the music. It's so silly, it's chaotic, it's ridiculous, it's like so off the beaten track. The breakdown and the creativity at the end is Darko in their absolute flow state, and when they're in their best, in my opinion, or when they're at their best. It was a tranquil moment in the bridge section. Structurally, I don't even know what just happened to that song, so I'm not even going to attempt to like predict or even know where that song was at that moment. But to me, it felt like the bridge section, there was a tranquil moment that led into, again, that announcer that I was talking about. It was like 1, 2, 3, and then a ridiculous groove down that follows after that is just chaotic. And then we have a lot of like stop starting. It almost sounds like they sampled Tom Barber and like used him on a button to like set up the next section of the groove. It was ridiculous. However, the only like negative thing I'll say about this is that despite all of that creativity and that like just pure unique vibe that we get from Darko, I still find like the one thing that holds me back a little bit from becoming like a Darko super fan, because like all the things I just mentioned are all such huge positives that a lot of bands can't achieve. I actually just think, and I said this in their Starfire album, I think they are too ambitious for their own good at sometimes. Again, I get it that people love this sound, and like I completely understand, but just for me personally, the thing that I think, if I'm to put my finger on exactly what it is, that like holds me back from like spamming this song over and over and over and over and over again, is I just think they're too ambitious for their own good. I think that the songs are too chaotic sometimes. I just don't know if there's enough of a theme throughout this song to keep me like really wanting to go back to it and like rinsing the song. It's very fun to react to and listen to like once or twice, but I found that with a lot of their songs, I've kind of just not really gone back to them because I'm like, I get my like rush of adrenaline and dopamine hit from like the song or two, and then I just kind of move on. I mean, they have a chainsaw section in the middle of it. Again, it's Halloween themed, so I mean, I'm not expecting Darko on Halloween to like tame it down a little bit. This was exactly what I would expect from a Darko song on Halloween. But I just find that like for me as a fan of music and wanting to like have daily listens, I just don't think that their sound has enough of a theme, especially if we're just talking about this song. Obviously they do have more chilled out songs that I can resonate with a little bit more. But this one I feel like is just, again, it's just probably too ambitious, which is a great problem to have. They're like literally too outrageous with their choices. It just makes it quite hard to click with, I find sometimes. So those are my thoughts, lads. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know what you prefer, regular Drew or female Drew. And yeah, leave a like in the video, lads. Happy Halloween, stay safe. I'll chat to you in the next one. Cheers.